So with compounds and word links, what you've got to make sure you do is keep a focus on the task at hand and don't let yourself get distracted, particularly when you're trying to create a compound word. You know, you're given, like, let's take question 8 for example, you're given 3 words in one bracket that have the same sort of theme, and then 3 words in another bracket that have another theme, and you've got to find one word from each that you can put together with another to create a compound. Now looking at question 8, the first bracket has entry, pass and exceed, and the second one has wine, brandy and port. Now the 2 words that will fit together are passport, and it can be quite difficult to find that those 2 will go together because it's easy to get distracted by the theme of each bracket and think that the answer must be somehow related to that theme, but that's not what the question is asking. So keep your focus and don't get distracted by some of the less important details of the question. You know, keep at the fore of your mind what you're actually being asked to do and try and fulfill that task first and foremost. And then if we look at relationships of words, so question 5 for instance, you've got some words outside a bracket and then you've got to find a word inside the bracket that has the same meaning or is related to the first 2 words. And of course, quite a lot in these questions you're going to be given a lot of words that sound like they mean the same thing or mean variations of something similar, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're right. So always make sure you look at the meaning of the individual words inside the bracket to make sure you're picking the correct one that matches the first 2. So it's just a focus on exactly what you're doing that's very important. And then question 13, which looks for a 4-letter word hidden in between words. It's very difficult because again it's easy to get distracted, and with this one tip is to don't forget that it may not just be 2 letters at the end of one word, 2 letters at the start. It may be 3 letters at the end of one word, 1 letter at the start, that sort of thing. So look at all the possible combinations, write them down, and then pick out the one that sounds like an actual word, because that's what you're looking for. Again, just don't get distracted by other things. And then when you're looking at sequences, one of the easiest things to do is when you're presented with a sequence that's half numbers, half letters, translate them all into numbers and see if you can get a pattern from there, rather than just looking at them as, you know, a jumble between the 2. Convert them all into one form and then see if you can get a pattern from there. Don't let the fact that some are numbers and some are letters distract you. Again, it's all about distractions and trying to eliminate how often you get distracted from the key focus of the question. Keep what you're actually being asked at the forefront of your mind and make sure that your answer fulfills that task.